Nessa girl, I am mad as hell with y'all right now because y'all been blowing up my line talking about, oh, you need to watch the episode Black Ink Crew from last night. I'm thinking we about to get the proverbial good ass fight or whatever the case may be from reality television. And here it is. This was a depression episode. I'm going to tell you something. I was in there discombobulated for a solid 3 minutes. But this yoga is working because I was prepared to actually come in here and cry and be angry. But for some reason, after the episode went off, I wiped my tears and I'm back to my normal happy self. Like this depression, this yoga stuff, y'all, it is real. Like I'm really feeling good coming off of what just happened. And I read an article about ascension. Somebody told me what I experienced this morning was ascension, raising to a higher level of spiritual consciousness. And it was saying that you will begin to have heightened sensitivity to some different emotions and to allow yourself to feel them, and that, you know, you'll return back to your right place. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to do this review a little out of order. I'm going to do it from start with the depression piece first, since we were already talking about it. Then we're going to get into the funny stuff about the show. There was one thing about this episode that I feel compelled to share with y'all. But before I get into that, I will say it was heaven sent that I watched this episode and this happened and this was the topic, because I had told y'all lately I had been feeling over reality TV. And I'm glad that as I began to ease back into it, that there's an episode on that wasn't some garbage for the brain, and it was a good episode. But there was one thing about this episode, and that I witnessed a lot in real life, that I want to talk on when it comes to depression, particularly amongst black folks. As somebody who suffers with depression, I am here to let y'all know, depression is not sadness, okay? Sadness is sadness. Sadness is a symptom of depression, but depression and sadness are not synonymous. And here is why it's important that we make this distinction. Because black people who do not like to go to the doctor, people who do not really believe in therapy and mental illness and mental health, think that when somebody is depressed, it's a matter of going around their house and checking on them, or telling them you love them, or giving them a hug, or throwing them a party. And this is the one that infuriates me the most. You know, let's go to church and pray. And I know some of y'all gonna get offended. You can do your prayer, but you need to do your prayer in conjunction with some medical help, okay? I ain't even gonna go in on the church. I'll save that for another video. It is not as simple as you telling the person, you know you're loved, right? Look at all of us. We love you. The brain does not receive that, all right? No matter what you say or do, or how many hugs you give the person, or how many affirmations you give them, that does not wipe away the sadness, the loneliness that you feel. There is an imbalance in the brain. It is chemical, not emotional. And I need y'all to get that through your head. So all this hugging and just call them and tell them you love them, while that is great and while that helps, it does not solve the root cause of depression. Folks need medical help. Again, don't mistake depression for sadness. Hugs, cards, smiles, and phone calls cure sadness. They don't cure depression. Please know that. So the next time anybody around you says they are depressed, or they are exemplifying depression-like symptoms, before you take them to your pastor, take them to the doctor, okay? Take them to the doctor. You and your family, you can't fix that with hugs and kisses and potluck dinners. Take them to a medical professional. And that is my disclaimer about depression. Moving right along, y'all. I don't miss a lot since Black Ink Crew Chicago returned. I think I only reviewed either the first episode of this season or the first and the second. So, child, you know, Vando came back in the thing, and then they got Charmaine auditioning to be back in the thing. Who the hell is Evanita? And yes, God, Shine. Ooh, Shine. Ooh, bitch, I just want to fuck Shine all between his legs and in his butt and just, ooh. Baby, I will drink Shine bathwater again and again and again. That's a fine-ass white boy. Anything he want with my body, he could do. Okay? Yes, God, who is these people? And so Van done went in there and fucked Laradita. Let me tell y'all something. When Jenn called Evanita Larabita, I fell out. Because I thought she legitimately butchered her name because that's what she thought it was. And it took somebody on my Instagram to tell me that La Rabita, and I looked it up, is a hotel, not a hotel, a hospital in Chicago. She called that bitch La Rabita, and Bam was like, who? Oh, Evanita. Evanita ain't much better either, bitch. Your grandma name was Evelyn and your mama named Nita. We gonna pay homage to them both and call you Evanita. Yes, God, honey. Nevertheless, Vando went in there and fucked Evanita. Now, here's the thing I don't understand about these reality TV show people. How the fuck y'all be cheating on camera? You know what I'm saying? They just be straight up. Now, while we around here taking Phor to the doctor, we about to take Van ass to the doctor too because Phor got a depression problem, but Van, you got a drinking problem. I mean, Van, you be pissy drunk all the time. So much so that you fell into Evanita. And depending on if she burning between her legs or not, your ass gonna have to go to Larabita. Okay? No God, honey. No God. Junior shows up to the party with his new girlfriend. And Lily, she was strumming her pain with her fingers. Lily got real sad. And you know what? I've been through that before. It's been a while that you're out and you see somebody that you love that you used to be with and they look happy with somebody else and then somebody is not you. And that shit hurts. It does. And it ain't nothing you can do about it except scrubbing your pain with your fingers or leave. And that's what I've learned to do. Case in point, well, the last time what I've learned to do is not put myself in situations where I have to feel negative emotions or where I'm going to upset myself. Case in point, we went to Mississippi for the last family gathering. I can't remember what it was, months back. And my sister and my cousin and all of them was like, we finna drive up the street to Grandma gravesite. Do you want to go? And in the back of my mind, I was like, hell, fuck no, bitch. I don't want to go. I recognized that they did, and they wanted it to be this big grandchildren ceremony or whatever. But I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll stay here. The van pulled back up. It's about 6, 8, 9, 12 of them getting out the van. Everybody eyes red, rubbing their eyes and shit. I did not say this to them because I allowed them to have their moment. I said it to my sister later because when we got ready to leave, she was like, you sure you don't want us to swing by the thing for you to go to Grandma's grave? No, I don't purposely upset myself. She dead, she gone. I know she in there. I talked to her, from my bed and throughout the day. But why am I finna go to this gravestone and upset myself? So I told that story to say, Lily, if you knew you was gonna be upset, the best thing to do in that situation is to retreat. And some of y'all may call it running. It's not running. It's protecting yourself until you're strong enough to endure what's going on. And not necessarily leave the party, just go to a different part of the party. If they outside by the pool, you go inside the kitchen. That way you don't have to see it and keep getting into your drink. Well, no, maybe you should stop drinking because some people drink and get emotional, and that's what Lily messy ass did. Don reveals that depression runs in their family. Their sister committed suicide at 24. Phor suffers with it. The father suffers with it. The father has lost his mother and brother, and now Don is concerned. So he wanted to just meet up with his dad, to hang out with him, and the dad did not show up. And he goes to the dad's house to talk to him, and that was a really good scene. Again, you know, let the media tell it, black men don't father their kids, and especially don't have relationships with their male children. But to see Don being the dad, taking care of the dad, saying, Dad, come spend some time with us. I know you're depressed. Come be in a different energy. Come be in a different atmosphere. I'm checking on you. I'm worried about you. And I love the fact, because you don't get this from a lot of black men, particularly in Don's dad's age bracket, being vocal with their emotions and their feelings. And I love the fact that Don was talking to the dad was receptive and was sharing what was going on. You know, he said, I feel like my spirit has left my body. You know, that it's not there, my spirit is broken or whatever. That was a very powerful scene, just on some black man shit. And on the depression tip, it further, you know, pushed the narrative of this episode that depression is a real thing that people suffer with. I like the fact that when Junior and Adriana got there, that Lily decided, you know what, instead of scrumming at my pain, I'm finna be a real grown woman with it. And she approached Adriana. She said, listen, mama, I don't want nothing. Like, that shit we did in Jamaica was a mess, and it was. She went to Junior, but here's where Lily went wrong. She got in her cup. And when mama get in her cup, she get in her feelings. And that shit she did in that garage sitting down with Adriana, that was some messy ass bullshit. Lily gonna tell Adriana, you know, in the beginning of y'all relationship, he said that he loves me and want to get with me or something like that. Lily, what was the point of that? Now, you and that girl had just had a very honest, loving, open heart to heart where she was like, he's my man now, and I know you love him and I know it hurts. And you were like, yeah, it do. But then you decided to be hateful. You got in your cup and got in your feelings, and you were like, well, let me tell you X, Y, Z. And you really love Junior, but you don't know how to deal with those feelings of rejection, and he don't want you, so they manifest themselves in aggressive, hostile, angry like ways. And you started all that chaos and confusion, and not only you liked it. You liked every minute of it. You wanted everybody in that room and in that environment to feel what it is you feeling deep down inside. And that's fucked up and it's immature, and it completely undermines you putting your big girl panties on and your peace treaty that you gave them. Like, Lily, grow the fuck up. Grow up. He don't want you. Let me tell you one thing Iyanla Vanzant said. If you don't want me, I'm not going to let me want you. And I made that mistake in my younger years. You know, dating somebody, you in love, thinking you in love. But it comes to a point, and going back to my earlier video today about being grown. And grown is not an age, and it's not what you have. It's a state of awareness, and it is a state of mind. Grown is when somebody lets you know that they don't want you. The love that you have for yourself is so much higher than your desire for that relationship that you're able to move on with class and grace and shut off whatever it is that is. That was a Iyanla, shut off whatever it is that you're feeling from that person, because you just played yourself. On TV, you sitting down in a dirty garage in a cup crying about a man on TV who's told you repeatedly he don't want you. Then you blew up and made a scene over a man that don't want you. Let me tell you one thing about me, bitch. I'm not crying about no man that don't belong to me. Grown woman shit. I'm not crying about no man that don't belong to me, and I ain't arguing with no bitch about no man that don't belong to me. That's just true tea. Lily, you need to come right here down in Miami and sit with the old lady sitting under the tree. She'll help you out because you played yourself big time. Charmaine, what I got down here? So anyway, after that, Jenn walked through the door. On the last episode, that shit that Van pulled at the altar getting drunk and telling Jim, I'm actually glad that he did ruin the wedding and not go through with it, because I didn't want them to get married in that cheesy ass Vegas hotel wedding anyway. But you can tell that Jenn is fed up with Van ass. Jenn came through the door waving the fofo. All you heard was Jenn, don't hit me no more. Disrespect my clique, the shit's imperial. Fucked around and made a milk box material. You feel me? Sucking dick, running your lips cause of you. I'm in some real fucking bitch shit. Fuck niggas, get money, fuck the hell. Hey, ha, ha. Yeah, I gotta work on my ha ha. Anyway, Jenn walked through the, y'all probably was the same. I know you laughing at your desk now or in the car. Y'all was singing with me, those of y'all that know that Junior Mafia. Jenn fed up with Van. But I'm going to tell you where Jenn at with it. And I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm finna say. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Jenn got too many years in to walk away. Jenn got 9 years in the game. Like, ooh. And I don't believe in talking like that, but they problems are not that bad to the point that they can't be worked out. Jenn was like, you know, shit, Jenn. Yeah, Jenn, you gonna have to thug that one out. You got 9 years in the game. If you was on that 4-5, I'd have been like, girl, let that be. But bitch, you don't spend a decade, 11 years out of your life, and all them kids. Besides the kids, we've got nothing to show. But I'm gonna tell you something. The fact that Van fucked Ebonita so freely, that's problematic for me. It's a lack of respect. And Jenn was right when she was saying, I'm tired of you embarrassing me. And it seemed like every damn season, y'all going through a major breakup where you having to beg Jenn back. And that's the thing, Jenn, you ain't scared him bad enough. Jenn, you actually need to go off and fuck somebody else. And when you called him out about fucking Ebonita, he told you too easily and then expected you to get over it too easily for me. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just like, well, I'm just being honest. As if that make it better, nigga. The fact that you being honest, you know what? Love me enough to lie to me. And that's some true shit. Love me enough. You know, if you love me, it's your job to protect me. For me, he was too free with that information. It's almost as if he knew, I'ma tell her, I'ma keep clean, I'ma come clean about it, and she ain't gonna do shit, and she ain't going nowhere. And probably he has the right to feel that way, because I'm assuming this is not the first time this is transpiring in a relationship. It's just a mess. And it's weird because Van does love her, because he was sitting there crying. You know, a lot of niggas be sitting there looking at you all pompous like Martell off of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Van was disappointed in himself that he hurt that girl. And he do love her. I suspect he just don't know how to be a better man, because he probably didn't have anyone to show him, and his morals and his values are not in line with what comes out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So this was a really good episode of Black Ink Crew Chicago. I'm not even gonna go into the very last part with them looking for Phor and calling down, because we're gonna end on a high note, and I kind of got into the depression piece in the very beginning, but at least it's safe to say I'm back on track with Black Ink Crew. I'm not gonna promise y'all that I'm gonna catch up on all of the Housewives episodes, and I am gonna get into Love and Hip Hop Miami just because I'm from here and I'm here now. And since Yandy got maced, I'll probably try to catch up with them girls, but I ain't finna tell you when I'm doing it, because I don't need y'all blowing up the line talking about, you said you was gonna do it. Yeah, y'all ass to just get a surprise when I give it to you. At any rate, that's a girl. If you're new to my channel, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell button so you can get the notifications every time I post a video. And with that, I will call you later, girl. Bye.